Come in, have a seat. Thanks for visiting the Tavern of Tales. Today we're going to discuss the story of Forge, the wandering smith of Anyon. In a world where the clanging of hammers and the rhythm of anvils were the heartbeat of creation, there wandered Forge, the warforged smith, a devout follower of Anyon, the god of the smiths. Born of metal and bound by purpose, Forge roamed the lands, carrying the divine teachings of the Forge to every town and village he encountered. People, they are like blades. When they lose their temper, they become brittle, easy to break. His metallic form glistened in the sunlight as he approached the humble village of Stonehaven. The villagers, curious yet wary, gathered around as Forge set up his portable forge. The flames danced, casting flickering shadows on the gathering crowd. Laws, they are like blades. If you are worried about breaking them, you shouldn't be bending them. This is why I carry hammer. My fellow beings of metal and flesh, Forge declared in a voice that resonated like the ring of a well-forged blade. I am Forge, disciple of Anyon, the god of the smiths. I bring the teachings of the hammer and the anvil, the sacred code that guides our craft. Wit, it is like a blade. The sharper it is, the longer it takes your enemy to realize they are cut. With each swing of his mighty hammer, Forge spoke the tenets that shaped his existence. Sadness. This thing is a blade. Dangerous when held too close for too long. A smith is at home when swinging a hammer, he intoned, his blows ringing out like a melody in the quiet village square. The villagers watched in awe as he crafted intricate patterns into a blade with each precise strike. Anger. It is a blade. Useful but dangerous when held too tightly. A smith is focused when the anvil sings, he continued, the rhythmic beats of his hammer echoing the heartbeats of the mesmerized onlookers. The anvil, ever faithful, resonated with the divine melody of creation. Greed is like a blade. The more it is exposed, the worse for wear it is. A smith neither creates nor destroys, merely changes the shape of things, Forge proclaimed, showcasing the transformative power of his craft. From raw ore to gleaming blade, he demonstrated the art of metamorphosis that only a true smith could wield. You are slag, appearing strong but crumbling when struck. Do you wish to be broken? The blade does not cut the anvil, yet it is marked by it. Every blade made on the anvil leaves a piece of itself and takes a piece of the anvil with it, Forge explained, his words carrying the weight of ancient wisdom. So too is the bond between the smith and the blade. Every creation takes a piece of the smith and leaves behind a bit of itself in place. Stories, they are like blades. If wielded correctly, a man can become a legend or a tyrant. The villagers listened, enraptured by Forge's words, as he etched intricate symbols onto the blade, symbolizing the eternal connection between the creator and the creation. Parents are smiths, children are ore. Will you make a blade or a lump of slag? This one lives by the code of the smith and wanders the land spreading the word of the hammer and the anvil, he declared, concluding his demonstration. Our goal is to change the world as a blade. When our hammer swings, it is to strike a blow towards the future. Ale is like a blade. If you can see through it, it probably won't get the job done. With that, Forge handed the finely crafted blade to the village blacksmith. a symbolic gesture of passing on the sacred teachings. The villagers, inspired by Forge's divine craftsmanship and wisdom, began to embrace the code of the smith. Secrets, they are like blades. If you live by them, you will surely die by them. This is why I wield the hammer and a truth. As Forge continued his journey, town by town, village by village, he left behind not just blades and armor, but a legacy of craftsmanship and principles. His purpose was clear: to change the world as a blade, forging a new era where the hammer and the anvil were revered, and a code of the smith echoed in every strike of the forge. Magic, it is like a blade, only as strong as the intent behind it. One day, when all knew the code of the smith, and the world had been forged anew, Forge envisioned a time when he could rest. He would return to the eternal forge at Anion's divine smith, his body a testament to the countless blades he had forged, and the dim coals burning in the sacred forge would mark his eternal vigil over the legacy he had left behind. Until then, Forge's journey would continue, each swing of his hammer a step towards the forging of a brighter future. Allow me to test the metal of your smith, my hammer versus your shield. Which shall break? This has been the story of Forge. Thank you for coming to the Tavern of Tales, and until next time, enjoy your adventures.